The show is dedicated to one of the realest, finest souls I've ever met, to the queen of WDAP radio and WDAP TV. We lost another great one, but her legacy lives forever. Angelita Bellamy Allen, this show is for you. Thank you. Yeah. Number one sports community organization in the world. Second to none. What's up? Smoke you ass before I leave you hanging like a Lyrian, or we can draw you and put you underground like Harriet. Number one. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what it is. Well, y'all know what time it is, man. Listen, Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Happy New Year to everybody. I am the fire starter. I am DJ Torch. But on a whole nother level, I'm Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Happy New Year to everybody. This is the first show. And before I even get started, once again, I want to give a special shout out to Angelita Allen, the queen of WDAP Radio. She passed away earlier in the week. We lost another great one. We lost another great one too early, man. Too early. Born November 19th, 1967. Phenomenal lady. One who never judged anyone. One who saw a knucklehead guy like me. Said, hey, I see what you're doing. Let's build on it. Her and her husband showed me how to run TV, how to produce TV shows, how to be a better enthusiast in the craft of journalism. I owe her. Where I'm from, you don't get many opportunities as such. And she saw me and was like, hey, she was like, you got a God-gifted talent, go ahead and put it out there. And never give up, no matter how long it takes to get there. Continue to keep pushing. And Rise Up family and WDAP Radio gonna always be connected to the hip forever. May her legacy live on forever. Don't mind me. I am a little emotional because I hate when I see some of the greatest people in the world leave early. And she was phenomenal, man. She was extraordinary. A great pillar to this community, and one of the realest people I've ever met in my life. So, Angelita, I love you, and you will forever live as long as I'm living. WDAP will forever live. The legacy will live on. Many of people that she helped, not just in Buffalo, but across the world. But right here in the 716, for me, your legacy gonna forever live on through me. So regardless, love you to death. And we're gonna keep this thing moving, man. No doubt about it. It's gonna continue to grow and grow and grow. And we're gonna continue to keep putting out the realest of the realest here. Again, rise up. All right. We got a great show for you. Excuse my my emotional, excuse my emotional right now. Charge it to my heart. But again, I hate to see some of the greatest people again go so early. I know you got your wings, and you rightfully deserve those wings. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Make sure you like, share. All right. New year. If you're not constantly elevating, if you're not constantly reinventing yourself, you sitting stagnant. 5-star Torch. New stuff, you see it here. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how my show gonna look all year, every year. 1 hour a piece. I'm doing 2 shows today, 3 p.m., 6 p.m. I'm doing 2 shows. This first show, we're gonna talk about NFL playoffs, wild card. We're gonna talk about all those games. Second show, I'm gonna do what I like to do, which is interview. I like to interview people. I like to ask questions. So the second show at 6 o'clock, Marcus the Alphabets will be on the show with us. I'm going to be asking some of the toughest damn questions and answering them. And I'm hoping and praying to God that I get a +1, a drink and a snack from everybody in this mother that watch, support Rise Up Family and WDAP Radio. I'm hoping that I get a whole lot of conversation at 6 o'clock because it's gonna get real. I got some of the realest, dopest, hardest, toughest questions to be answered. All right. So let's get this thing rolling. And again, I love you, Angelita. By the way, while I'm getting this thing going, putting up some of these slides that I got, taking you on a scroll patrol, I will show you this. A lot of people showed her a lot of love, the love that she deserves, support that she deserves. Little reading material, real quick. Little reading material, you know. All right, so first show of the year. Obviously, I'm giving it up different this year, a little different. All right. From the top. Yep. I'm gonna be adding that little aspect into the show, you know. Because another one of the God-given talents that I've been given was to DJ. Some reason, somehow, somewhere, I was given the talent to DJ, and I'm pretty excited about that. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of the funner things that I've been able to learn in my day is being able to DJ. So I will be here and there. You'll hear a little here and there music on the show. All right. And I'm not apologetic for it. Go out there and put your talents out there. Show the world what you got. And that's what I plan on doing. Every single chance I get. Because you never know. Just never know. I got so much stuff. Oh my God, I got so much stuff to talk about in here. Well, let's start with this young lady first. I'm gonna give her a lot of props. She's doing her thing. She found her own niche. She found her own niche. Respect where respect is due. Let's start with this young lady right here, Annie Aguilar. Go ahead and talk about Wild Card Weekend for us.
It was a terrible Wild Card Weekend. I guess the committee really screwed up. You know, if you valued talent over wins, we would have just imagine how different the blowouts would be if the Bengals were playing. They would be worse. Okay, a couple things before we get into games. Carson Beck is staying another year to spend time with his girlfriend. People are shocked. That he's going to Miami? No, that he has a girlfriend. I thought he was going to the draft. Yes, we think his girlfriend stopped him. Wow, he can't even go to the draft without being intercepted. Also, Drew Aller is staying at Penn State. He just lost a big playoff game after being on a yacht in Miami. He would have been a great fit for the Giants. Drew Aller will make an NFL team very happy someday. Not the one who drafts him, the other team when he throws to them every week. Also, congratulations to Ohio State. Quinn Ewers finally led the Buckeyes to a win. However, he is still not a true Buckeye. He beat Michigan. The national championship is set. It'll be Notre Dame at what do you want? We'd like to interview Marcus Freeman. You do? Yeah. Well, that would be the second time he's helped a Northern Illinois team win. We think he'd be a great fit for the team. Why? Well, he could at least narrate our games so they're a little more entertaining. That's Morgan Freeman. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's do the coaches. A couple interviews going on this week. The Raiders asked Pete Carroll to run their team, but he decided to pass. Also, Rex Ryan is officially out for the Jets head coaching job. I guess this was a bye week for him, too. Yes, he is sorry for saying the Chargers had a bye week against the Texans. In his defense, he is used to putting a foot in his mouth. We have hired Mike Vrabel. Shocking. That's great. It's been half an hour and he hasn't said a single thing about creating friendships. This is a win. Wow. Okay, Texans Chargers. Let's start with your game. This was the Nickelodeon game, so we had characters like SpongeBob and Dora. And if Dora didn't know how to say interception in Spanish, she does now. Kids, can you say overrated? Daniel Jones and Tim Tim Tebow have now won more playoff games than Justin Herbert. Just a quick question. What is wrong with you? It was not that bad. Justin Herbert single-handedly took his team out of the playoffs, which is surprising. Chargers quarterbacks are known for having good pullout game. Will Anderson Jr. is amazing. Yes, a lot of people are saying Will Anderson Jr. looks exactly like Bronny Jr. However, he's not inbounding the ball or sitting on a bench, so we can't tell. Okay, next up. Oh my God, do you ever go away? Dallas is not letting us talk to Mike McCarthy. We denied permission. Wow, this might be the only time we see Dallas stop a team in January. Look, we love Mike McCarthy like he is our own son. We are parting ways with Mike McCarthy. What? Okay, everybody just calm down. Everybody just calm down. My job here is done. You didn't do anything. Jerry said everything is under control. Stop listening to white-haired Yoda. Does Jerry even have a list of coaches he wants to hire? Yes, he does. Jason Witten himself again, Steve Sarkisian, and Johnson. Ben Johnson. Okay, that's pretty good. Jimmy. Get out. We would like to have a conversation about Mike Tomlin. Oh, look, it's the Cowboys of the AFC. Pittsburgh, you haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Kristen Cavallari's ex-boyfriend hadn't even been born yet. Mike Tomlin is now 0-6 in the playoffs. He's about as dominant in the playoffs as Joel Embiid. We have to figure out what to do about Russell Wilson. Well, this is not the first time Russell Wilson is not someone's future. Just ask Sierra. It could have been worse. We found our franchise guy and made the playoffs. Denver, other than that first throw, that was terrible. I haven't seen a Bronco take that bad of a turn since OJ drove it. No one's going to mention the ref talking to Josh Allen. If that was Pat Mahomes, you guys would be losing your mind. Speaking of Mahomes, he had a new kid born this week, Golden Ray. He now has Sterling, Golden, and Bronze. Who delivered them? The three wise men? He really needs to stop having kids. He's running out of refs to be the godfather. If Tyreek Hill named his kids this way, he'd have the whole periodic table. The Packers missed on a quarterback. Have you ever hit on a quarterback? You missed on your quarterback and paid him a huge deal. You're right, double doink. Also, I'm sure you guys saw AJ Brown was reading a book. For those asking, the name of the book is How to Have Less Receiving Yards Than Jahan Dotson. He read more pages than he had catches, and he was on page 2. Okay, one of the only exciting games this week. Congratulations to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Thank you. The rookie now has more playoff wins than the Steelers in the past 8 years. The good news is Todd Bowles will be a great hire somewhere. Think of all the timeouts he has saved up. Lastly, I want to thank the Cardinals for hosting the Rams-Vikings game. In all honesty, that was very nice to do for a division rival. This might be the first time Kyler Murray was the bigger person. What an absolute embarrassment by Minnesota. They allowed 9 sacks. They'll be haunted by that one for quite a while. But then again, Sam Darnold's used to seeing ghosts.
And with that being said, you heard it. She put a nice little spin on that. Nice little spin on Wild Card Weekend. Shout out to her. Shout out to her for that. All right. Getting into some real-ish. Thank you, Annie, for that. Now, what's good, Ricky Gray? Shout out to Marcus Best. Shout out to Ramona Dye. Desiree, what up? Dalton, what up? Hey, Wayne, what's good? What's good? Shout out to you, Josh. What up? All right. We're going to get right into our Wild Card Weekend, in which we can shut you off. Yay. All right. Wild Card Weekend started with a whole lot of fun. How many folks had the Texans beating the Chargers, the supercharged up Chargers? Jim Harbaugh and crew and company. Who had the Chargers winning this game? Because I'm going to be honest with you, that just didn't appear like Austin Powers' father. Never appears in any of those movies. It just definitely did not happen whatsoever. And my God, Justin Herbert, you get Khaki Pants to come. Khaki Pants comes, fix the organization. You know, Jim Harbaugh's been like that for a while. Every time he goes somewhere, he somehow gets the best out of where he goes. Like when he was with the 49ers was asked, and then he went over there and made them a Super Bowl contending team. Then he goes to Michigan. Michigan was supposed to be garbage. For a while, it took him a minute to straighten out those khaki pants, but nevertheless, he got Michigan over the hump, won a national championship. Comes to the Chargers. Chargers was boo-boo, straight boo-boo. Mitch Truboo. And what happens? The Chargers go to the playoffs. Wow. Chargers get to the playoffs. Justin Herbert only threw 3 interceptions the whole year. And then comes into the playoffs against the Texans, who, by the way, how many folks in the comment section, put it in the comment section right now, How many folks know this stat about the Texans? The Texans have won every wild card game at home since its existence. Did anybody know that? It doesn't matter who they played in the first round of a playoff. If it was at home, the Texans won. By the way, you can go look that up if you don't believe me. That is a real stat. The Texans. Yes, I'm talking about David Carr's Texans. Yes, I'm talking about Tom Savage's Texans. Yes, I'm talking about Brock Osweiler Texans. Those Texans. Yes, the ones from Houston. Yes, I'm talking about them. They have won every wild card game that has been played in Houston since its existence, which is crazy. Now, we get this big fight field. Chargers 11-5, 11-6 coming in. Texans 10-7. Looked like the Texans were struggling. A lot of people was like, CJ Stroud is on a sophomore slump. There's no way they're gonna beat the Chargers. Not that team. And you got to give Jim Harbaugh some credit. He definitely put together a very good team this year. What he didn't expect was for Justin Herbert to throw 4 interceptions. What he didn't expect was for CJ Stroud to actually have a really good game, which he was 22 of 33, 282 and a touchdown, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They did not expect that. What he did not expect is for Justin Herbert to be 14 of 32, 242 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. He completed less than 50% of his passes, by the way, folks. It was like 44, 45% of his passes. Wow. Did not expect J.K. Dobbins to only run the ball 9 times and have 26 yards. Did not expect for Joe Mixon to go off with 106 yards in this game in a tutty. And took that bitch to pay them. Did not expect that. Okay? They did not expect that. Sound the alarm. You heard my alarm going off just now. Sound the alarm on that shit. Nobody had that come. Nobody predicted that whatsoever. But I will tell you that Late McConkey is a beast. I will tell you that he's up and coming. I will tell you that he had 9 catches, 197 yards, and a touchdown. Seemed like he was the only player that could get a completion from Justin Herbert. 9 out of the 14 completions was to this guy, Nate McConkey. My question is right now, amongst the rookie receivers, where do you have McConkey? Where do you have him at? Where do you have him ranked amongst the league rookie receivers? Because for me personally, I think he's number 2 amongst league rookie receivers. Yes, I said number 2. All right. Nico Collins had 122 yards and a touchdown in this game. And the Texans just bulldozed after being down 6-0 in the first quarter, just scored 32 points in the last 3 quarters. Double digits in every quarter. Second quarter, 10 points. Third quarter, 10 points. How many points did the Chargers have? 0. 12 points in the fourth quarter just to make sure that they sealed the deal. All right. 429 total yards from the Texans, and the Texans held the Chargers, to 261 yards in this game. I mean, they beat them in every facet. Time of possession, 35-25. First downs, 20-15. I mean, this game wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. At any point, did anybody have like the Chargers at some point being like, oh, they're going to make a comeback. Oh, they're going to come back. No. 168 yards rushing to 50. This ain't even, come on. And the Texans had 8 penalties for 86 yards. Let me read some of these comments while we're talking about this first game real quick. I had the Chargers. Chargers can't get over the hump since they fired 14-2 head coach. Oh, Marty Schottenheimer? Yeah, I know. Marty thought he could fix it too. I actually had the Steelers upsetting the Ravens. We'll talk about that game. Yeah, obviously big mistake. Buffalo will closer game. Yep. John, what up? Herbert needs weapons. I like McConkley, but he's not a number one receiver. I don't know about him not being a number one receiver. I just think that you can move McConkley all over the place, and that's the type of receiver he should be. Is a guy that you can move in the slot, a guy that you can move all over the field. My boy Daniel should be offensive rookie of the year, bro. Yep, we will talk about that in a few minutes. But nevertheless, Texans 32, Chargers 12. Buns. By the way, and I got to say this because I've been saying it. I said it last year. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now. Hey, LA Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. It's time to pack your bags and exit hotel playoffs. All right? Exit the hotel. Make sure you get to all your bags, your stuff, bring your belongings. All right? Exit the hotel. It's time to go. You come back, you try to sneak back in here, you're trespassing at this point because you lost. You're out of the playoffs. See you later. Enjoy your stay. Make sure you get home safely. Now, with that being said, Jim Harbaugh will be having surgery, a couple surgeries coming up in the offseason. So prayers out, go out to him. Hope he'll be all good. Texans moving on. And so are we. All right. Next game. Moving right along. Y'all wanted to talk about Pittsburgh. Y'all want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know where Ramona died went, but nevertheless, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think we got a problem in Pittsburgh and not a problem in Houston. Russell Wilson threw for 270 yards in this game, 20 of 29, 2 touchdowns. And guess what, folks? They still lost by 2 touchdowns. Still got beat by 2 touchdowns. They didn't score a single point in the first half. Not a single point. It was Madden 21 whitewash. 21 whitewash in the first half. 21 whitewash. Lamar Jackson. These stats, man. This is what Marcus the Alphabets was talking about on his coffee talk. Shout out to the Alphabets. Make sure you tune in and listen to that every morning, where he's talking about everything football. All right, because y'all know that he's Mr. Friday Night Lights himself. He talks every Friday night on the shows about football. That's his niche. That's my guy, Marcus the Alphabets. Gotta give him the props. With Ramona Die. Shout out to Die Hard Die. All right. They give you a good Friday night show. With that being said, I made sure I turned on my microphone for this because I want y'all to hear this. Direct, upfront, and clear. Okay? Got the microphone. Y'all hear that? Do it sound good? Let me know if it sounds good in the comment section, y'all. Listen. Russell Wilson is not the franchise guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's not the guy. He put on a Katy Perry act for the last 8 weeks of the season. Lord have mercy. I mean, y'all went into the playoffs with 4 losses, and then y'all lost the playoffs the same way y'all been losing for the last 4 weeks. Good God Almighty. I mean, we thought we saw a future with Russell Wilson. And, of course, we all know there's no future when it comes to Russell Wilson. All right? The future is up, especially in Pittsburgh. The future is up. All right? A lot of people will say, oh, it's because he has no weapons. I'll say it's because he's just not that guy anymore. He's not the same guy. He's older. A lot of these older quarterbacks, they start losing their steam. Father Time is undefeated. It's undefeated with these older quarterbacks, unless you Tom Brady. It's undefeated. Undefeated. George Pickens was his best weapon, and George Pickens doesn't even trust him. He don't even trust the Pittsburgh Steelers. That guy shouldn't even be a Pittsburgh Steeler. If I was the Pittsburgh Steelers, he wouldn't even dress. I'm going to be honest with you. All the stuff that he done said, the interview afterwards where he was like, oh, do you see the offense progressing? And he was like, no. He flat out there, no. Like, seriously, he answered that like he was on a Maury Povich show. They asking, are you the no? Are you the no? That's how you answer that question. Like, no, I want nothing to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's how he sounded. And that's your guy. That's your guy that this guy is throwing the football to. Now, Russell Wilson, I'll give him props. When they was 10-3, it looked pretty good. There was arguments about should it be Justin Fields being the quarterback. And a lot of us was like, well, Russell's more experienced. He's seasoned. You know, he's got the experience. And he got him some wins along with the defense. I mean, that defense was just top-notch defense this year. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, after that Baltimore game, they just fell from grace. It was like they had their soul snatched. Like Lamar and them went in there and snatched their soul. Like they had beat the Baltimore Ravens 8 out of the last 9 times. And then they played the Ravens and then somehow they got their ass whipped. When they got their ass whipped, it was like, the soul's been snatched. Shang Tsung. Flawless victory. Like, are you serious? And then they just lost and kept losing and kept losing. And then we hoping that we would see something from, these Steelers. And they just stole our attention. They stole our damn attention. Something that's, well, time is money. Time is money to me. I'm gonna be honest. Time is money to me. But they stole something that's supposed to be priceless. Stole our damn attention. We really thought y'all was gonna do something. Y'all put on a nostalgia. I mean, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are like peanut butter and jelly. Like my man Marcus the Alphabet said, they're like peanut butter and jelly. People are like, well, how come they couldn't beat them before? That's because peanut butter wasn't with jelly and jelly wasn't with peanut butter. I mean, peanut butter is good, but it ain't a little bit better with jelly. That's what my guy Marcus the Alphabet said, and I quote, legitimately, which I agree. I mean, they ran for 299 yards on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, you got who's supposed to have been, oh yeah, I'm calling him out too, who has supposed to have been Defensive Player of the Year last year and the year before. That guy, TJ Watt, that guy, I don't know what happened. Somebody unplugged his cord or took the battery out of his back because there was no type of energy in that guy the last couple of weeks. In fact, he had no stats for 4 weeks in a row. 4 weeks in a row, no stats whatsoever. Shameful, god awful. I'm surprised. I'm bedazzled, right? And then we get to Mike Tomlin. And we all know that's the big talk around here now. Mike Tomlin. I'll throw on a little music for this while I talk about Mike Tomlin. Throw a little music on there, This is how I'm gonna do all my shows, by the way. Throw a little music on here and there. All right. Mike Tomlin, 18 straight years of 500 football or better. But you have a lot of the media protagonists and those who are about the right now culture, by the way. Right now. Okay. Right now culture that will say Mike Tomlin ain't won an NFL playoff game since 2016. And that the conversation should be had. I was listening to First Take earlier today. By the way, I'm going to speak on that a little later. I'll speak on First Take and those media outlets a little later. But a lot of them are like, well, the conversation is well-deserved. I think it's well-deserved. I mean, when you don't win a playoff game in 10 years, and according to Chris Canty, he said, we've been through 3 presidential inaugurations since he's won a playoff game. Okay. The joke was cute, but I will say this. Okay. I think, once again, this is a collective issue. I don't think that it's just a Mike Tomlin issue. I think it's a collective issue. I think the general manager needs to do better when it comes to talent, number one. Because the quarterbacks that they've had for the last since Ben Roethlisberger's left has been god awful. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickens. I mean, we can keep going down the list. Mike Tomlin has got it winning football teams out of those quarterbacks and some, right? He got one out of Russell Wilson this year too, right? So kind of got to blame the general manager a little bit for this too. Some of it is the culture that Mike Tomlin sets. I mean, the wide receivers that he has had, we can name them: Antonio Brown, George Pickens, and a few others. They've all left and had attitude issues. So is this one of those, well, Mike Tomlin allows certain things to happen in this culture where they drop the ball when it matters most because of the culture, because of the attitude? I don't know. I'm not in the locker room. I mean, we can all assume, right? We can all assume. We can all ask ourselves, hey, is it because of that? We can build on the premise, the media premise, but to me, it's more than that. And then the players have to execute on the field. They got to execute on the field when it matters most. And we're not getting that. We're not getting that. They're not getting that. Okay? They're not getting that. So I think, once again, this is a collective issue. Now, if Pittsburgh decide to go another way, I hope they got a better road, to travel on. I hope they got a road better to travel on. Because if you ain't got a road that's better than the road you were just on, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I heard that they was retaining him. That's what I heard. I heard they're retaining Mike Tomlin, which is justified to me. Fine. Good. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you're going to stand behind him. If you ain't, with some of y'all, we get to find out how low can you go. Can you go down low all the way to the flow? Because some of y'all do that. I ain't going to lie. Some of y'all organizations go real low when it comes to y'all teams. Y'all fanatics go real low. I'll talk about that a little later too. But again, hopefully they got a game plan for next year. Lamar, Derrick Henry, they got a game plan though. They got a hell of a game plan. I mean, they had TJ Watt looking like boo-boo. They had him looking like dumpster juice out there. I don't know. I mean, he following Lamar. Derrick took off. Like, they running that RPO. Yeah, it was crazy. Let's not forget that Zay Flowers was out too. Yeah, defense was horrible too, man. Yeah, that defense. I don't know what happened. Pittsburgh wasn't ready to play. TJ Watt didn't play well from a mental standpoint. Sure didn't. He looked confused on what to do. Yeah, he needed, I can fix it. Felix, fix it, Felix. He needed him. He needed him. Because I tell you, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson looked like Wreck-It Ralph. They looking like two versions of Wreck-It Ralph. I can fix it. He needed him. They got him going every which way but loose. Pickens is hurting the team because the players are using too much energy and trying to keep him on point instead of taking care of their own assignments. I could believe that. Pittsburgh coaching was ass on both sides of the ball versus Baltimore. Yep. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yep. The wide receivers act like divas. Yep. Agreed. Totally agree. Totally agree. And then that's why you get your boot smoked 28-14 in the playoff game. And now you're questioning yourself. Looking side to side. Questioning yourself. All right, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos talk. Man, oh man. Let's talk about these guys. No music, because I ain't gonna put none on for a second. No music. All right. But I will say, for all those that was talking crap, and there was a lot of media that was talking big stuff about how the Buffalo Bills was getting a boot smoke. A lot. Okay. I'm gonna see if I got a video on it. I might have a video on it. Oh Lord. We'll get into that too. Lord have mercy. Buffalo Bills 31-7. Okay. This one after the first throw was over. Okay, first throw, Bo Nix looked interesting. Answer, yes, I am. Boop. All right. Looked quite interesting, that long pass that he threw to his teammate back in college. I think it's, what is his name? Troy Franklin? Franklin? Hey, it's Franklin. That guy? Yeah. Yeah, it was over after that. Buffalo said, all right, we're going to get into this game. Now we know what's going on. We're going to get into this game. Oh, yeah. There's TJ Watt's stats, by the way. Wow, wow. All right, put that out there for you, just so you can see. Now, yeah, Troy Franklin from Bo Nix, 43 yards. I'm like, damn, what Buffalo doing? What are we doing here? That's what the hell I was like. What the hell are they doing? I'll see you, Miguel, tomorrow night. What's going on here? But then here comes the Bills, as has been majority of the season. Field goal, touchdown, James Cook, second quarter, bam. Tyler Bass, field goal, touchdown, Ty Johnson. By the way, give these freaking Bills running backs props. Give them credit. Give the Bills organization credit where credit is due. Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, James Cook. I'm going to be honest with you, probably the best three running back duo I've seen Buffalo have in years. I'm talking about years. And that includes when they had Zach Moss, Devin Singletary. That includes when they had LaShawn McCoy and the rest of those running backs and Boobie Dixon and all of them. That includes, I can keep on including, right? Including, listen, those three running backs, probably the best triangular equation I've seen in a while from the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills for that. They're all good. Ray Davis is good. Ty Johnson is good. That 26-yard touchdown catch he had on fourth down, 24-yard touchdown catch he had fourth down. Extending the play. Josh Allen fires it in the back of the end zone. A running back that have that type of concentration, you got to give him props. Give him his damn props. Latanya, what up? Not much to talk about. Bills running backs dominated the Denver linebacker. Sure did. Oh, as expected. Oh, okay. The defense took away the run. Sure did. Made it one-dimensional. Sent the smoke. Sent the fire. Some of the concepts the Bills will use versus Lamar. Linebacker scraping versus RPO. Can't wait to see it. You seen Sean Payton yelling at Vance Joseph? Sure did. I seen that. Curtis Samuel got into the play too. 55-yard touchdown pass. Where's Curtis Samuel been? And he's here now. That's good. That's all that matters for the Bills, right? As long as he's here, right now. That's all that matters. All right, Buffalo advances 31-7. Josh Allen, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 or 26. James Cook, 23 carries, 120 yards, touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 3 catches, 68 yards, touchdown. All right, Courtland Sutton, pretty good guy. Pretty good guy, pretty good wide receiver, trying to get better. I think he's a little better than he was in past. Bo Nix, 13 of 22, 144 and a touchdown. That ain't going to get it done in a playoff game. All right, Buffalo put up 471 yards, 26 first downs, 41 minutes of time. 41 minutes of time. And the Denver Broncos had 224 total yards and 13 first downs. Ain't winning no football games like that. Ain't winning no type of football games like that. I don't care how you got in the playoffs. You ain't staying in the playoffs doing that. And by the way, for the folks that's just tuning in, shout out to Eric Man's Up, Rams Nation in the building. I see you. By the way, you can go ahead, Broncos, Denver, Broncos, Bo Nix, Sean Payton, Courtland Sutton. Y'all can go ahead, pack your bags, and exit hotel playoffs. Go ahead and exit. All right? Go ahead and exit the premise. If you're trying to come back, sneak in any way, shape, or form, it's trespassing because y'all lost. You took an L, it's over. We caught you with the L, it's over. You get caught with an L in a hotel, you get kicked out of the damn premise. You get kicked off the premise and out the hotel, right? And this is the same applies. You out of here. Pack your bags, safe trips, get home safely. Because it's over. It's done. You're done. You're done. All right. I think I might have a caller on the line too. Maybe. Nope. I think that's a work call. Anyway, Alicia, what up? Why is people saying fire Mike Tomlin and not Sean Payton? Sean Payton is not better than Mike Tomlin. I feel Sean Payton should be fired. Ravens game, maybe Cooper coming out party. Ravens DB, especially if the Ravens don't give him help over the top. And Bo Nix said he played with a fractured back after the loss to the Bills. He's been playing with a fractured back for like 2 months now. Bo Nix, supposedly. All that came out after a loss. Should have came out while you was winning too. But nevertheless, you know how the media goes. You know how they go. It's up. The jig is up. Good job, Bo Nix. Did a great job this year. Give him his props. Give him his props. As a rookie, did a really good job. Got to give him his props. Now, moving on. Yeah, got to move on. Got to move. All right? Time to talk about the Green Bay Packers. And lost. Hey, Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, Romeo Dobbs. Oh, my goodness. Josh Jacobs. Y'all go ahead and pack y'all bags up, too. Go ahead and pack your bags. Go ahead and pack it up. Packers, pack it up. Go ahead and exit hotel playoffs because you lost. I mean, I knew y'all was losing after the first play of the game. It's just crazy. It's crazy how I knew that. I just knew they was losing. Lord have mercy. If that wasn't targeting, I don't know. But I mean, I must be blind. That was targeting. And you fumble the football and you recover it, and they still give it to the home team. And I just knew after that, I said, yep, this game's over. I said, yep, here we go. Game's over. Touchdown. Not even 5 plays later. Touchdown. Philly. 7-0. I'm like, yep, it's up. 10-0. Missed the field goal. 10-0. Still, I'm like, yep, today is just not Green Bay's day. Did not have a good game whatsoever. People are questioning Jordan Love now. Oh, you paid him all this money. You paid him all this money. We'll get into that conversation too in a minute. We'll get into that. By the way, 6 o'clock show. Okay, 6 o'clock show. Myself, Marcus the Alphabets. It's gonna be fire because I'm gonna be just asking questions. Interview questions. Hope y'all come with some fire answers. I'm looking forward to it. All right. I wanted to talk about the playoffs, give you a little overview of it, and boom, I'm off the air. It's coming. All right. So Packers 10, Eagles 22. Eagles win another one, and they didn't even impress me. I'm not impressed at all with the Philadelphia Eagles. I am not impressed. I haven't been impressed with them majority of the year. I'm going to be honest. Saquon Barkley, that boy, though. He that guy. Saquon Barkley, I give you a hell of a lot of props. I give you a hell of a lot of props. You moved from New York to your divisional opponent, that was your divisional opponent. Go home, because you played at Penn State, by the way. Go home and put on a clinic. I mean, he's been putting on a clinic all year long. Get that brother props. He deserves it. He is damn near 70% of their team. He is damn near 70% of his team. Because Jalen Hurts, I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. I don't believe in him. I'm not a believer. Really. He's the guy that makes a couple of throws during a football game, relies on run, defense, and wins football games. I'm not impressed with Jalen Hurts. And once again, here we go. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. Jordan Love had 3 interceptions, and that's where you could decipher the game, 22-10. You could decipher it, but for majority of that game, it was that first play of the game that decided that shit. For majority of the game. I mean, Jacobs ran the ball 18 times at 81 yards. Saquon Barkley ran 25 times at 119 yards. And maybe if you would have ran Jacobs 25 times, maybe the score would have been a little different. Because Jordan Love, 212 yards, 3 interceptions, not getting it done. 3 interceptions, you're going home. 3 interceptions on the road. Usually, you're going home. Period. Jayden Reed, 46 yards. That ain't enough. AJ Brown wasn't even really in the game. AJ Brown didn't even do much. Yeah. Devonta Smith had 4 catches, 55 yards. That was the leading receiver. Again. Here's what I got to say about the Packers, too. They had more first downs. They had more total yards. But they had 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers to get you sent home. Okay. I feel that and this is kind of rumored too, that the Packers need to go get them a legitimate number 1. Christian Watson is not it, and he was hurt, by the way. He's not it. If Jaire Alexander wants to walk, please let him walk. Please let him go. Let the door hit him with a good Lord split him. Let him walk. You don't want to play for the Pack? Let him walk. Shave off some more money. Go get T. Higgins. Okay? Go get a legitimate number 1. Go get T. Higgins. And then go get you some real defensive players. I'm talking about top marquee players. Because, by the way, the Green Bay Packers, youngest team in football, by the way. Give the Green Bay Packers a lot of props, though, for the development that these guys shown all year long. Brand new, 3, 4, 5 players on defense, brand new. I'm talking about young, brand new players. If you want to talk about an organization that knows how to develop, Green Bay is probably the best organization in developing its players. Period. Green Bay. I mean, they've been the development. They're like the NXT of damn football. They develop that players. And then when those players leave, you notice that usually when they leave, their careers go after that. Green Bay develops players. But you need some marquee players. We can't keep playing. I've been saying this for years. They keep playing the developmental game, and it's not working. It's not going to get you a Super Bowl. The teams that win Super Bowls make the splash moves. They get the splash people. Go get some splash players next year. Go get some splash players. Because I feel like that's all they really was missing this year was some splash players. You get splash players, I guarantee you next year, Green Bay easily could be in, easily. Even with 2 14-win plus teams in their conference, in their division, I still think Green Bay next year could be further than the divisional next year. That's all I got for them. In Philadelphia, I ain't giving you that much. I'm not giving you that much fucking props in time any damn way. I ain't giving you that much any damn way. Any damn way. Packers in the season with 3 straight losses. Minnesota, the Bears. That Bears one was kind of shaky. But look, they gave up 27, 24, and 22 points and lost all 3 games. They need splash players. Oh, yeah. Shout out to this idiot, by the way, who thought Denver was beating the Bills. We'll talk about that on the next show. I got a lot to talk about. This idiot. Shout out to this buffoon. Big buffoon. Philly, that Philly shit is up, by the way. That Philly shit is up, by the way. That ignorant ass shit, y'all think that shit is cute? That shit ain't cute. Grown men disrespecting women. Big dummies. I wonder what the Eagles organization had to say about this. Did they ban him? Because I heard that they banned him from future Eagles games. That's nice. Good job. But then I saw a lot of Eagles fans talking about, well, they're always like that. As if that's an excuse. Lame as hell. That shit is up. The jig is up. I don't know if y'all think that shit is cute or that shit is cool. It ain't. It's dumb. It's dumb. Grow the fuck up. We get it. Philly is rough. We get it. There's a lot of other places that's rough too. Get that shit up. And I like going to Philadelphia. I've never had a bad time in Philadelphia. Never. But the jig is up. And by the way, I feel like a lot of y'all organizations, and this is just me and this is an opinion, hot take, for all the organizations that did fucking shitty, stupid stuff this week, I got a feeling that divine intervention is going to bite those organizations in the ass this week. So if you did something shitty, I got a feeling you might catch an L in a hotel playoffs coming up. That goes for the Ravens. That goes for Philadelphia. Because I'm going to be honest, here's the spoiler alert. I'm picking the Rams this week, and I'm picking the Bills this week. Just because of it. Just because of that. Alone. I'm picking the Bills, and I'm picking the Rams. The Rams going to beat that ass. Watch what I tell you. The Rams is going to beat that ass. Watch what I tell you. Yeah, we're going on a little bit. Thank you for the invite, Jay Bailey. Appreciate you. But yeah, Packers should get DK Metcalf. They should. Just saying. If he did, there's no way he would have been walking. Yeah. Ravens game. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Packers need a corner. But like Jordan Love needs another wide receiver. Yep, he does. No, he don't. I mean, but he don't. I mean, would you like to have T. Higgins? Sure. You'd love to have a definitive, which I think could be a number one because Christian Watson just ain't it. But they have a good core of receivers. They do. Dobbs, Wicks, Reed, all good. Tight ends, pretty good. You add T. Higgins, fine. Add him. Good. But they need splash players. Okay? That's what I think they need. And Matt LaFleur needs to do a better job coaching too. Yeah, and Jordan Love need $55 million quarterback need to stop throwing the ball to the other damn team too. You're damn right about that. Damn right. Which on the next show we gonna get into 6 o'clock. I'm getting in at 6. I'm getting into all that. Believe that. We gonna talk all about that. I got questions for days. I'm taking y'all on a scroll patrol. See, this is the warm-up show. I'm getting y'all warmed up. This ain't the hot show yet. This was the first show.
Power on.
Okay.
Bluetooth
Our show. Get you warmed up. It's 6 o'clock.
Connected.
6 o'clock, it's gonna get ripped. I promise you, it's gonna get ripped. Really than ripped.
Bluetooth disconnected.
There you go. I don't need no Bluetooth. Now. Yes, Packers receivers lead the league in drops, which is crazy. Nevertheless, Packers exit hotel playoff. Okay, exit the building. If you try to sneak back in, it's trespassing. All right, trespassing. You got caught with the L. It's over. Washington, Jayden Daniels is, and I mean is, with a capital IS, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, is, no if and maybe, no, but next, no, is the Offensive Rookie of the Year, no question. And he playing this week. How much of a chance do the Washington Commanders have to win this football game next week? I give them a 20% chance. Against the Detroit Lions, 20%. Now, if they can run the football well and they can get the pass going, similar to like what Buffalo did, if they was watching the Buffalo, if you want to beat the Detroit Lions, I would go back and watch the Buffalo game. Watch the Buffalo Bills game because they definitively beat Detroit. It wasn't like it was a close game. No, they definitively beat Detroit. Go back and watch that game. If I'm the Washington Commanders, if you want any chance of winning, go watch that game. All right, Ricky Graves, what's good? Dalton, you being nice. You giving them a 50% chance to beat the Lions? You being nice, sir. But they beat Tampa Bay 23-20. Shout out to Mike Evans for his 11th straight season with 1,000 yards. Got to give him props. But the Commanders on this night commanded all the attention in the fourth quarter, in which they know how to close out football games. That is something I can say a lot of football teams didn't know how to do in the very beginning, including the Buffalo Bills a couple seasons ago. They had tough times closing out football games. Not the Washington Commanders. Not the Commanders. 12-5. 12-5, by the way, before this playoff game. They've won 13 games this year. 13. When's the last time you can say a Commanders team won 13 football games? Long time. Jayden Daniels, 2 touchdowns, 268 yards. He was the leading rusher in the game, too. They only ran the ball for 82 yards. He had 36 of them. Jayden Daniels. I'm telling you, ever since that Florida State beat down in college, after that, Jayden Daniels has been a tear. He's been a tear. Terry McLaurin. Talking about Terry. Terry McLaurin. 7 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Damani Brown, 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Evans had 7 catches, a touchdown, 92 yards. Got to give him props. I think both teams will be fine next year. I think Tampa Bay will return next year, win the division again. You'll be seeing them again in the playoffs next year. Washington, their journey continues. Bobby Wagner. Leadership. All right. Pretty good game. Let me get to this one. This is the last one, and then I'm gonna go And I'm going to see y'all at 6 o'clock for sure. Okay? I'm going to see y'all at 6 with Marcus the Alphabets. I'm going to save all that scroll patrol that you'll see. It's a lot to talk about. 6 o'clock, trust and believe me. The Rams. By the way, shout out to Eric Manzuck, sticking along with his team. Shout out to Tyler Bush, who said that the Rams was going to be a threat. He said they was going to be a problem. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I get my little DJing on here and there, scratching. By the way, this is going to be the new setup. If y'all just tuning in, this is going to be the new setup for the year. I'm a scratch. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Right. 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 Okay. Anyway, the Rams, 27-9 over the Minnesota. Overrated. Overrated. Yes. If you want to talk about one team that I've said all year is overrated, it's the Minnesota Vikings. I told y'all. Pretend. What's that I smell? I smell Pretender fragrance. I smell Pretender cologne. Pretender. I choose. Pretender. Got they boost mode. They may legitimately be the most embarrassing 14-win team I've ever seen make the playoffs. Did you even pinch the end zone? No. You had 9 points. And the Rams beat that ass. When I say the belt to ass, boots to ass, feet to buttocks, 10 toes to derriere. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, the Rams tore that ass up. I mean, they demolished the Minnesota Vikings. 9 sacks. 9 sacks. 9. Not 1, 2. The thumb ain't even a finger, by the way. 2, 3. But we're going to count that as something. A sack. We're going to count it as a sack. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sacks in a playoff game. I don't know what it is. Maybe they took Detroit's model when Detroit spanked that ass the week before. Remember, the Vikings got spanked on Sunday Night Football by Detroit. Remember, I think it was 31-9. Detroit gave them a good little ass whooping. Yeah, they got the ass spanked. 9 points. Ain't that about it? Ain't that about something? Parallel universe. 9 points. You got spanked by Aaron Glenn. They took Aaron Glenn's blueprint and said, "Hey, we're gonna run with this shit." And sure enough, I'm talking about Rams players out there doing Uso splashes. I know, yo, I can't wait till 6 o'clock. I'm gonna play the video too. I'm gonna play the video of that. That shit is hilarious. Jared Burks over here doing Uso splashes on Sam Darnold after sacks, bro. I mean, they got toe up. That it was sad. I was dying because I told y'all weeks in advance that the Minnesota Vikings was going to be the most overrated team in football, and they was going to get their boots smoked again in the playoffs right off the jump. I said, "Yep, they're getting their ass whooped." The Rams, Sean McVay has been to a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning coach, Super Bowl caliber team. Whooping ass. And that Rams defensive line has been like one of the best the last 5-6 weeks. The Rams defensive line has been like jacked up on I don't know what. I ain't gonna say the S word because we don't know. I don't know. but they've been jacked up on something. I don't know if they eating Popeye spinach, whatever, but they cooking. That defense cooking. That defensive line destroyed Sam Darnold. They talking about him seeing ghosts again. They done cost that man $20 million. We're going to get on that later, too, at 6 o'clock. I'm going to ask, how was it just 2 weeks ago Sam Darnold was at 50-some million expected for next season to 30-some million? We're going to get into that later. I promise you we're going to get into it later on. But that is crazy. You lost an expected $20 million over 2 games against the best team, against Detroit, which is the best team in the conference, and a Super Bowl caliber team in the Rams. And you lost $20 million, which is baffling to me. Wow. Unreal. They talking about he's seeing ghosts again. They really talking about giving him a theme song. I'm so serious. I'm like, what? I'm like, don't do that to that man. I'm like, don't do that to him. Really? We really doing this to him right now? We really gonna do that? They talking about him seeing ghosts again. I'm like, wow. Cruel world.
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
Really? Damn. When the last time the Minnesota Vikings had 14 wins in the season? By the way, next show, I'm going to name Vikings quarterbacks who have played for the Minnesota Vikings who did not get the Vikings 14 wins. And they are dogging Sam Darnold. He lost to 2 teams this year. 2! He only lost to 2 teams this year. He lost to them twice. He lost to Detroit twice, and he lost to the Rams twice. And he getting dogged. I mean, dog walked. With that being said, we are in overtime. I want to appreciate y'all for letting me do my wild card wrap up, my quick review of the wild card. All right, 6 o'clock. Make sure y'all stay tuned. All right, make sure y'all stay tuned because I'm coming again at 6 o'clock. I'm coming on the airwaves once again. Make sure you bring a +1 or drink and a snack. All right, Marcus the Alphabets will be on the show. We'll be talking everything. I'll be giving interviews the whole night. I'll be interviewing his ass while showing them some Scroll Patrol, going right down the list. And of course, shout out to every one of y'all for thank you. Thank you very much. Shout out to y'all for support. Man, I appreciate the support. All right. Early. It's all good. I'm going to see y'all at 6 o'clock. And again, shout out to Angelina. The legacy will continue to live. WDAP Radio, WDAP TV. Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, in the building. This has been a good one. See y'all at 6.